No mai haere mai, welcome to 3 News. An investigation has been ordered by the Prime Minister into the vetting process of ministerial staff. It comes after a staff investigation uncovered allegations his now former Deputy Chief Press Secretary Michael Forbes recorded audio of sessions with sex workers. It's also alleged he amassed photos of women working out at the gym, shopping and being filmed through windows. Here's Lloyd Burr with the fallout at Parliament.
This is Michael Forbes filming the Prime Minister in India less than 3 months ago. He's now in hot water for alleged recordings of a different kind.
This has come as a total shock to us.
Christopher Luxon blindsided on Tuesday with allegations made by numerous sex workers at different brothels that Forbes recorded audio of them having sexual relations without consent. It's also alleged there were images on his phone of women working out at Wellington gyms, as well as images taken of women at supermarkets and even through the windows of a private home.
I have zero tolerance for any behaviour that makes women or anyone feel unsafe, and this individual's conduct fell unacceptably short of the standards that I expect from our people.
Forbes resigned as Luxon's acting Deputy Chief Press Secretary after Stuff's inquiries on Tuesday. It's a role that typically requires significant vetting and security clearances.
Did he have access to classified information though, and are you concerned that if he did, then that may have been compromised by him leaving us?
Well, again, DIA will look into all of those processes and ministerial services, but I'd just say, you know, we had clearances when he came back into the beehive, and I'm comfortable that information would have been managed appropriately.
So that's a yes.
Sorry?
He did have access to classified information?
No, I'm not going to talk about security clearances that individuals may have. And what
but isn't that vital in this case, though, given it could have been compromised? You know, he went to you with India, he was leaving his phone, people have looked through it.
Sure, but what I'm saying to you is I can't talk about the level of clearances that people have.
The DIA he referred to is the Department of Internal Affairs, which he's tasked to investigate, because Forbes was vetted well before his move to Luxon's office when he worked for Minister Louise Upston.
Look, I found out within the hour that the Prime Minister's office found out, and as I said, I'm more concerned about the women who were affected by this.
But the alleged behaviour happened after he worked for Upston, and he wasn't re-vetted before working for the Prime Minister. Why? Because it's a self-regulation model. He would have had to dob himself in.
He has an obligation to actually declare those issues or those incidences to us.
He didn't, and even though police investigated but didn't charge him, it was never flagged by police or the spy agency, the SIS.
As the Minister for SIS, are you concerned that this wasn't flagged?
I have to say the Prime Minister's spoken on this issue. I fully support the Prime Minister, and I'm just really shocked by the whole thing.
Are you disappointed they didn't give you a heads up?
Well, I don't know whether or not they would have known.
Judith Collins knows Forbes well. He was her press secretary when she was National's leader in the 2020 election.
Did you notice anything when he was your chief press secretary as leader of the National Party?
No, and I'm sure that Stuff didn't notice it either when he worked for them.
Forbes had numerous reporter roles at Stuff before moving to the National Party, working for Todd Muller as well. The allegations have made their way to the very top of the police, with questions about why charges weren't laid last July.
No, it is not the failure of my organisation at all. I think there are a number of responsibilities here on individuals to alert matters which they should understand could be problematic in terms of prospective employment.
The Commissioner reluctant to order a re-investigation.
It's a matter for Wellington District, and
Will you intervene?
I've got absolute faith in Wellington District leadership making decisions about reviewing that information or any other new information that might be received that could influence those decisions.
You have faith in them, but will you be advising them, instructing, suggesting to them that it looks like it warrants reopening this investigation?
My position is that I have faith in my leaders making decisions about evidential sufficiency.
He says it was his predecessor, Andrew Costa, who didn't raise the matter with the Beehive, but Costa's since said he knew nothing of it, even though members of the police executive did.
Somebody in the executive should have alerted the Commissioner, and they didn't.
I haven't had the benefit of understanding that in any detail, but...
But that's what it looks like.
Well, executive members know their responsibilities, and it's important that Commissioners are advised of relevant information for them to consider.
There's now a lot for police and various government departments to consider.
Well, OK, Lloyd, what happens now? Where will this story go?
Yeah, there will be a lot of soul searching right across the government landscape, to be honest. The first place will be on the 9th floor of this building in the Prime Minister's office. They'll be going through everything. Did they miss any clues? What did they miss? Did things come across their desk? So a lot of that will have been going on today. There's also the Department of Internal Affairs. How is this investigation going to look and what kind of powers will they have? Will they have the powers to go through the swipe card logs of Parliament or even the security cameras here as well? What's their time frame like? Ministers, because that investigation is underway, they'll likely not comment on this, so they'll likely go to ground when it comes to this issue. And there's also questions over whether police will reinvestigate this whole issue. We saw the police commissioner just there. Will they investigate? We know that 2 phones were seized from Forbes last year in July. So a lot of questions there. And will more women come out of the woodwork? Paula Penfold, she's the Stuff reporter who broke this story. She's got another story coming out on the Stuff website tomorrow morning from 5 a.m. So there's some more allegations likely in her story tomorrow.
OK, we'll look forward to that. Lloyd, thanks so much for the update.